Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I want to do a little motivational talk today. I want to talk to young people, but I think this lesson is for all ages. And the reason why I say all ages is because even if you think that you have hit your prime, you are done with life, you're checking out, I think that you can listen to this information and then back me up. Say it in the comment section what you think about this and let the younger generations understand and get some real knowledge and power, because knowledge is power if used the right way. We're talking about when younger people are looking to make their way in this world and they're choosing their path. I want to give a solid piece of life advice that will set you apart and give you confidence and literally prosperity throughout your entire life. Now, let me give you a little backstory, because this is something I told my son a while ago. He listened to this and it worked, but we're going to use me as an example. When I was young and I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do, I'd always wanted to be a fireman, but I never had the confidence to become a fireman. Now, ironically, it was because of a girl that I had a crush on that made me want to finally go become a fireman, because she liked firemen. So I started volunteering in my local fire department. What I learned, and I was about 18 years old when I did this, 19 years old, I started volunteering as a firefighter, and I was doing something that many people wish they could do or wanted to do, but life got in the way, and instead of that career path, they went in another career path. Maybe they're going into sales or going into construction or whatever. But a lot of people that I'd ran into in my life wanted to be a firefighter, or they were interested in firefighting and the whole career idea, the dynamic of fighting fires or going on rescue calls, things like that. And what I found was that conversations changed in my life. I would go to public gatherings, public events, when I would meet someone, and they would say, "What do I do?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a firefighter." They would go, "Wow, that's awesome." And I go, "Oh yeah, thank you. And I love it." And they would ask questions. And what I found was that it gave me confidence. It was an amazing confidence builder. Now, I'd had a certain level of confidence, but honestly, even to this day, I don't like speaking in front of people. I used to perform in front of thousands of people doing comedy. I would still want to throw up every single time I get on the stage. As a matter of fact, to this day, I still get queasy stomach feelings and I've got to fight it, right? Well, back then I found out, I've learned this one amazing thing, and that is if you do something in your life that most people wish they could do, and you just go for it, you just do it, you will open up conversations in life. You will open up doors in your life, because people will look at you like, "Wow, he is doing or she is doing what I always wanted to do. This person must have their stuff together." Even if you don't, it just looks like it. And so I told my son this, and when he was young, I said, "If you will listen to this one bit of advice, I think it will build amazing confidence and you will become a success." And I told him this story. And he goes, "Well, what do I do, Dad?" And I said, "I don't know. You've got to find that path." Well, when he was about 14 and a half years old, he came to me one day and he says, "Dad, I think I want to fly airplanes." And I go, "I think that's it. I think you should start right now." And so we took him down to our local airport, which I'm actually near right now, and he got to go on a free airplane ride with the EAA. They offered him a free airplane ride. He went up in the airplane. He got to hold the controls, and he came off that flight. And he goes, "Dad, this is what I want to do. I want to be a pilot." I said, "You need to start right now," and he did. He started volunteering at the local air museum with elderly people that were volunteers. And here's this young 14, 15-year-old boy that was going around sweeping up the floors and learning about aircraft. And they took him under their wing and they taught him all kinds of things. And that built his confidence. Then he went and he joined the Civil Air Patrol, and he started learning about aircraft and the Air Force and all kinds of things like that. And what was happening is, when he would meet adults, and I would try and back this up afterwards, when I watched the adults converse with him, I would introduce him. "This is my son." And they say, "Well, nice to meet you. Tell me about yourself." And he goes, "Oh, and he eventually became a pilot all on his own. By the age of 17, he was a licensed private pilot. He did it on his own, which gave him an amazing amount of confidence, right? Because other people would encourage him. Because the one thing everybody would say when they met him, and he would tell them, "I'm a pilot," and they would go, "What? How old are you? Oh my gosh, I've always wanted to be a pilot. I wish I could do that. You must be an amazing young man to be able to pull that off." And what it did is it built this confidence in him. And it was amazing to watch. And I would reiterate it with him afterwards. I say, "Do you see how that older gentleman or older lady complimented you, what they thought?" And I would say, they wish they could do that, and you have done it. And I told him, I said, what you do now with that information is you go to the next level and the next level. You know, when I set out to be a real estate millionaire in using real estate, nobody my age was doing it. I was in my early 20s. I was like 22 years old when I dove into this and really started to buy up real estate. Nobody my age was doing it. And so it also gave me confidence when I would, you know, it would open up doors. And I want to share this with people because I don't think they really understand. And the sad thing is, not a lot of people have that guiding light in their life, a parental figure that would encourage you to do things out of your normal scope or your normal lifestyle because they themselves have never done it. Very few people in this life have ever tried to accomplish something, let's say at the age of 20, that most 40-year-olds or 50-year-olds have never accomplished, or accomplishing something in your 30s that most people have never accomplished in their 60s. One example is I want to be retired by the age of 40. That was always my goal. And my point being is that when you do these kind of things and you look at the next generation ahead of you and say, what have they not accomplished that I could accomplish right now? And you go do it, watch what happens to your confidence level. It just absolutely explodes. Hey guys, I hope you got something out of this. If you did, tap the thumbs up. It would really help me out. And I really appreciate your time. That being said, the Economic Ninja is out.